What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Let's Eat Orlando with Amy, Drew, and Biggie, where we talk about food and what's good to eat in the city beautiful. Happy 2026. I wanted to talk about, since we're in the beginning of the year and we see quite a bit of trends that come and go. Obviously, 2025 gave us the Dubai chocolate and pickled flavored things and all that type of stuff. But 2026 is here. And I did some research and I wanted to kind of go over with you some of the things that I've been reading. Some of the places I found it on was Taste of Home, Delish, Food and Wine. There's a bunch of different areas that I was able to kind of get this information, but I kind of wanted to go over with you some of the trends that we're going to see more of in 2026.
What they say. It doesn't always pan out, though.
Oh, no. It's predictions. Of course. It's always predictions. Some of these I can see some of these. Like the first one is the prebiotic soda. Those would be your Poppies, your Bloom, your Ollipops. Those are your gut health sodas. They're saying that, and obviously it kind of blends into the next thing that we'll talk about after, but like it's supposed to be good for you. Good soda for you.
Yeah, I mean, anything is better than soda. So I guess if you add food for your gut garden to the soda, it's better than like regular sodas. Like, I think soda might be one of the worst things for you. So an alternative to soda is virtually everything, except maybe like a Long Island iced tea, which has soda in it. But yeah, sure. I tried a couple of those. It's interesting that it's trending now. It's been a slow climb, I guess, if it's hitting the trend now, because I've seen them around for a while. And the first time I saw them, I was like, ooh, grape. I used to like a grape soda back in the day. So I bought one. Wasn't bad. I mean, I never bought another one. I'm not a big soda's like a treat for me. I have soda when I'm on a road trip sometimes because I like, I don't know about you, fountain soda is the move.
The best.
For sure, right? It's fountain soda is the best. So I have a couple of go-to sodas. I like Diet Cherry Limeade with tons of limes in it from Sonic. And I like Diet Dr. Pepper, which I know we're going to discuss in a minute. But yeah, I mean, sure, prebiotic soda, it's trendy. Why not? I mean, it must be trendy because I'm seeing more and more of it. Like now they have it in the front-facing Publix fridges, like the impulse buy.
Aldi has a generic version of it. Trader Joe's has a generic version, their version of it. It's Pepsi and Coca-Cola are either, I've heard something about Poppy being bought by one of them. I know Pepsi is coming up with one. So it's not going away. I think it's funny because my daughter doesn't drink soda, but she will drink a Poppy, and we do buy it in this house because my wife is not a water drinker, so she drinks a lot of sparkling water. So she'll drink either a mixture of sparkling water or she'll drink like a Poppy or an Ollipop or one of those. I don't know. I don't enjoy them. So, but I do know that we're going to see a lot more of them coming.
All right.
Which
interesting.
Take that as a trend that you like. Fiber. Everyone is all about the fiber. Brands are adding more fiber. They're telling you about the fiber. Hence, the prebiotic soda has fiber in it. It's all about fiber maxing. They want to get as much fiber as possible. Even things that we knew had fiber, they're like, we got fiber, baby.
Well, fiber's been an ongoing thing, right? And it's gone, and the trends have come and gone. I remember when I was a kid seeing things that advertise fiber and regularity and all this other stuff. But you mentioned another trend to me the other day, which I find interesting, which is protein. And it's one that it's a trend I love. I love to eat protein. I count all my macros. I eat my goals for protein are ridiculously high per day. Lean protein is obviously best, but protein and fiber are like the opposite. So I find these
and both
trends,
of those are big.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, is it just going to be like, okay, this week I'm going to eat protein and next week I'm going to eat fiber to kind of help me purge all the protein?
I guess that's kind of how you're going to need it. You're going to need fiber if you're eating so much protein. You're going to need some fiber to keep you regular.
There's a lot of fiber in really, really old concepts like fruits and vegetables, but I guess
who would have thought?
I know. The thing is that people, and whole grains, obviously beans, well, those are, the fruits and vegetables. But I think that these trends happen because people seem so unwilling to just eat things that grow in the ground. Like they want to eat Triscuits, so they'll eat Triscuits with added fiber or something like that.
Yep.
So I don't really get it.
I mean, if you think about
There's
it,
really good fiber to be had just in the produce section of your supermarket.
yes, I do agree. I agree with that. But yes, I do see quite a bit of fiber and I do see protein in a lot of things. Protein is the other one that we, like you mentioned, protein in cereal, protein in coffee. You know, everyone's got some form of protein foam. There's something with
Protein
protein
foam.
being added. Yes, there's like all, like I've seen like protein coffee, and then there's like the cold foams is another popular
Oh,
thing, and I've
cold.
seen some
Okay,
there's like
okay.
protein
Now,
cold foams. Like when it comes to the foams and stuff like that, like it's a lot of protein. That's why I laugh, because Chipotle's like, we got protein, and I was like, yeah, dude, of course you got protein. You have bowls, and
they
you're
have,
like, well,
they have
you can
beans.
just get a side of just protein now.
I'm sorry, that's carbs. Sorry, they have, or that's fiber. Yes, they have protein. Yeah, they've always had
Yeah,
protein and fiber. They have meat and beans.
yeah. So it just makes me laugh, because you see these trends of like heck, even Arby's is like, hey, we got steak in a cup, and then Chipotle's like, we got all this extra protein you can get in a cup, and I'm like, yeah, but that's protein, like you're still getting it. So I find it very interesting. My house eats a lot of Chomp brand meat sticks and things like that as well for extra protein, and we do have.
A favorite new protein. And you know me, I am not a processed foods person, right? I mean, I
I
like
know.
them, obviously. I like junky food. I just don't eat it a lot. But I recently discovered Catalina Crunch cereal, which was developed by somebody who has type 1 diabetes who missed having cereal because it's a sugar spiker.
Okay.
So it has no
Yeah.
actual sugar. It uses a couple of different sugar substitutes, but it's a half a cup of this really good crunchy cereal that stays crispy in milk for a long time. And it has 11 grams of protein in a half a cup. And it's like my new favorite kind of guilty but not guilty snack. And now I can eat cereal again, because cereal is usually empty garbage calories. And now I can get a
I mean,
protein
heck,
fix with soy milk and protein cereal, and it's really good. So if you're looking for processed protein that isn't actually meat, I highly recommend this. If you're vegan looking for protein and you like these kinds of things, I so recommend this. It's so yummy. I like the cinnamon one.
I was I was gonna say it even probably works if you have because sometimes what I'll do is I like cereal as well, and I would consider doing that. But I sometimes will even I'll use cereal, but then instead of milk, I'll actually do like Greek yogurt or something like that. So it's almost like a dessert.
Well, this
It
would
might
be
be great
great
for even a
folded into
topper,
yogurt.
like a
I
topper.
actually,
Yeah, that's what it
this is
sounds
a
like.
really good idea because I very often I eat that Chobani protein yogurt, like the 20-gram protein yogurt. I eat that
Yeah,
all the
that's what we
time, and
have.
I put fruit in it, which by the way, newsflash, has fiber if you choose the right fruits. So I put fruit in it, but I also very often add this protein, half a scoop, because I hate protein powder and I use it begrudgingly. But I found one that's not totally terrible, and I mix it with water and my Chobani, and I get this extra hit of protein. So maybe I will do that with the cereal, and it would be like a crunchy dessert. It would be like yogurt with granola topping, or frozen yogurt with granola topping, except not so terrible for me. So thank you for that idea. That's a cool idea.
I love giving a good idea. So this one is one that I find interesting, because you and I we've briefly talked about this, and you and I are some that will eat. You especially will go somewhere and eat by yourself, especially in your line of work. But they're saying solo dining this is what I'm reading here. Solo dining is a major fast growing trend in 2026. It's driven by the me economy, increasing single person households, and shifts towards intentional treat yourself experiences. So more roughly 36% of diners are eating alone weekly, with 6% doing so daily,
Well,
which obviously I could see the eating by yourself because of what during the course of the work week, but I
yeah,
do
like
find it
tons of people have
interesting.
been eating lunch by themselves since I've been in the workforce. I've
Correct.
eating lunch
Correct.
by myself and seeing other people eating lunch by themselves. Of course, when I started, you didn't have a phone to stare into, so you'd usually read a book. Maybe you talk to somebody sitting next to you at the counter of the restaurant. Maybe you just eat really fast and leave. I don't know, but
They say, and what the other thing that they're saying with the solo aspect of it is an increase in single serving packaging. So like you'll see more, you're going to see more menu items, more products that are going to be like for single served, and it could be anything from like single served coffee, like for yourself to make your own coffee, and or even like single serve, like making your like more, which I think is some of this stuff is hilarious to me because they have these things like personally pan pizzas, like your own pizzas or your own appetizer, like little mini appetizer, like curated for you. So it's a lot of it is being done like the solo idea of like individualized, but also there is an uptick on people going out and eating and enjoying fine dining or making reservations to go eat,
see that
by
very,
themselves.
very easily, especially at like a counter service chef's table, because, I mean, unless you're with a, but I'm certainly the chefs would talk to you, so you could have people interaction at the chef's counter. You definitely don't need to go to an experience like that to have human interaction because you can interact with the people who are serving you. And usually, I find couples or singles, I've gone to a few of these, sort of chef's dinners, omakases and things like that. And I often talk to the other people at the counter about the experience. Even if they're couples, they still will talk to me, even if they're on a date or something. And we have a communal dining experience. So that's actually a really cool way to have, I think, both a human experience and also be technically by yourself, but not be like lonely. Although I think a lot of people feel very comfortable eating alone. Like you and I have discussed it. Both of us have gone to movies alone, and it doesn't bother us. You don't feel like, oh, it's so sad that I'm here alone. It's like, no, you're just going to see a movie.
Yeah. It's okay. It's
So
okay to do stuff by yourself.
yeah. Yeah. I think it should be normalized. But I do think that a lot of it might be because a lot of people will sit in restaurants now and they're just, in their phones or maybe even FaceTiming with someone else. So it's not like they're really alone, you know?
Yeah, correct. No, I
You
agree with that. And I do
can
I
have lunch
do
with
also
your
think
friend in another city.
in another city, we're like, hey, we're having a lunch date, but it's via FaceTime while I eat. And then we get to watch each other mukbang and eat food and talk and hear your
I
crunching
hate
and
that word.
slurping.
It just sounds gross.
Yeah, it is a horrible word, but that's why I like saying it because it sounds dirty.
It does. It sounds dirty, but like also kind of gross.
Yes. One of the ones, a flavor. So some of the flavors that they're saying are going to be flavors of the year is dark sweet cherry or a black currant are going to be big ones,
Love those.
which I thought was interesting. I think I even saw that Dr. Pepper, one of your favorite drinks, is supposed to be doing a black cherry, like a dark sweet cherry type thing. Hey, I'm down for that. I'm fine
I
with
hope they do
with
a
a
diet
dark
version.
sweet cherry.
I am a pepper.
Yes, I like that, or even I'll even do one where it's like the sugar for the zero, like there's zero version of it. I'll do one of those without a problem as well. So I think that's kind of interesting to see. We'll see if more cherry stuff, dark cherry, black currant stuff is going to be on the menus more. Speaking of beverages, they're saying, which I have seen this becoming more and more, the idea of like drinking less, like so more low alcoholic, low beverage, alcohol beverage cocktails, more mocktails, things like that are becoming increasingly, as well as also more people coming out with like low or no alcohol beverages as well.
I've been drinking less, but it's not because I want to. I love a good drink. I've just been trying to cut down on calories and it's not the best for me. So I've been trying to be really good. It's a lot of calories. Alcohol's, a couple of drinks adds up. Couple of beers adds up. But I did a recent piece about non-alcoholic beer or,
You
low
have
alcohol. It's got like, 0.5% or whatever. It's not getting anybody drunk so that people can go out and kind of feel like they're in the mix without drinking. I think it's not a bad thing. It's totally not a bad thing. I mean, I guess it's a bad thing for restaurants that rely a lot on the bar, which is traditionally a big moneymaker for restaurants. But for people in their health, I think it's, nobody could really argue against it. Mocktails, I laugh at mocktails. I saw some meme the other day that was like, I don't like this normalization of mocktails because it's like $18 Capri Sun. Like, it's just juice. I mean, if you're squeezing fresh juice, I get there can be, but yeah, I don't, mocktails to me is just like a huge amount of sugary juice calories with nothing that's going to make me feel happy because I'm drinking. So I'm not a mocktail girl myself. I'd rather just have a Topo Chico and call it a day.
I will say that if you're selling, having an option for a non-alcoholic beverage at a bar, you're still making money off of it, but obviously not probably the same amount of money that you would make if you were, your own beers and
Have
booze,
you
but
seen the
still it
price
is
on some of
something.
those fancy mocktails? They are making plenty of money on that.
No, no, they're making crazy money on a mocktail. That's why I don't drink
I
them,
know
because
a
I'd
lot
rather
of
for
work
that
can
I'll
go
just drink a
into it,
lemonade.
but they wouldn't sell them if they weren't. It's not a loss leader, you know?
No, no, no. No, it's definitely they're definitely making some money off of it, and they're definitely kind of going towards that. I've seen that. Well, another trend that I saw or that I've been reading about
If I'm drinking
is
that much juice,
kind
I
of
want like 6 rums in it. I'm not kidding. It's true.
give me all the straws. I want to be make my
It's
money's worth.
totally true. If I'm drinking that much juice, I want it to be in a tiki beverage, which has no less than 4 kinds of alcohol.
There you go.
It's
So the other thing that I'm hearing, which speaking of going to a grocery store and picking up going to produce section, is that that supposedly cabbage is getting a glow up. It's like supposedly that's going to be like the big trend. It's not like how a few years ago it was like cauliflower. Now everyone's going to be looking at doing cabbage, which I have no problem with because I eat cabbage. I eat cabbage on, I'll use that instead of lettuce and put it on tacos. I've done it on, we do inside out egg rolls, and that's what we use with it with like protein. So we do it, we like kimchi, which, and all those different things. So like for me, it's like, great. I'm glad cabbage, as long as it's not more expensive, I'm glad cabbage is getting some love.
I love cabbage traditionally. I love kimchi. I put it on everything, breakfast, sandwiches, all the things. I love it. I even like cabbage in its like least glamorous forms, like just the plain steamed cabbage, cabbage soup, boiled, not boiled. I usually steam it, like just smelly cabbage. It smells like, the old tenement apartment buildings that I, used to hang out in when I was a kid. And yeah, I love it. I love cabbage I just had cabbage and pork dumplings the other day that were delicious. I love cabbage. I'm a fan. I like it raw and crunchy. I like it cooked. So yeah, I'm all good for it.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that. The other thing I saw was obviously, and this could be obviously more home cooking. More people are starting to cook more, which obviously I think a lot of that kind of trend wise, that's not really like far fetching based on economy and people just trying to, things are more expensive. But so those are some of the trends that I found. I kind of wanted to see what trends you're thinking or you're seeing or you think are going to happen, or maybe what you want to see less of or more of in 2026. I figure this would be a good time to kind of discuss some of those things. If you have things you want to see less of or more of, or what you think is going to kind of be popular in 2026.
I
Food
don't
wise.
know that I should say I want to see less of it because, if people are buying it, I want people to do well in their business and sell what's selling. I'm just wondering, there's 2 things that I wonder about. When will the chicken sandwich thing slow down? When will the smash burger thing slow down? Who is keeping all of these boba places in business? I don't know how they all stay in business. There's so much boba. Who is drinking all the, like, I see multiple boba places so close to each other, and a lot of them sell the same, like, you know, Taiwanese style fried chicken or a little fried dessert, it seems like there's a lot of overlap. So I'm just wondering who buys all that. I mean, I know boba's popular, but there are so many boba places. How are they all staying in business? So it's sort of like it perplexes me. So I don't know. I'm waiting
No,
to see,
what
you
would
know,
you, is there anything that you'd like to see more of in 2026? Food, or
more.
maybe a food style or something kind of happen more of?
You know, it seems to be also on the rise. I mean, it really started ticking in 2 years ago, but now it's going crazy. Is like hand ripped, knife cut, hand pulled noodles. So we had a bunch of them, and it seems like there's more coming. Like it seems like that one is still, it may be nearing the top. I don't know, but it seems like it's rife to go down. Like dim sum and dumpling places, maybe. Like it seems like we're getting a lot of those or have been getting a lot of those. But look at boba. Like maybe, I see it like it's got to be peaking, but I'm not usually right, honestly. It's like I think that we're at the peak and then it goes all the way up out of the frame of the camera and then comes down. So I don't know. Because chicken sandwiches to me, I'm like, there's so many, and yet I still on Instagram I'm seeing more and more popping up here. So even though I imagine there's got to be an end to this, it seems like it's not there yet.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I do, and I do think the boba one. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that we haven't even seen where it's hit yet because until we see McDonald's come with like boba available at McDonald's and like at a
Oh, it jumps
Wawa
the
or all
shark.
those places. Like once it goes there, that's where the trend will go. But I do think because people like the idea of like, oh, well, it's like an excursion, like a little burst or a little something different, and this is fun and that experience and boba is good but like it's like but it's like and but I do think that's when you're gonna be like okay it's done
I
when
enjoy it,
McDonald's
but
now
again,
has
with
it.
these beverages
Yeah,
with so much sugar, I never drink that. It's good, but it's just too
yeah,
sweet. So I don't drink it. It's like a thousand
correct.
calorie
No,
beverage.
I get it. I want to see I was funny because I asked
I
one of
have
my
the
coworker I asked
metabolism
one
of
of
a
my
hummingbird. I would love that stuff, but I don't.
I was asking some of my coworkers about trends and be like, "Hey, what is it that you guys would like?" And I appreciated some of the stuff that they basically brought up. Like they told me they're like, "Hey, I'm tired," and this is like so classic because they're like, "I'm tired of the viral orders that people have that they say is a viral order that's literally a regular menu item." And like the example that they
Everybody loves
used
the
the
viral.
example like
Wow.
oh my god like the yeah like they go crazy over it like the one that she uses an example and I was like oh my god that is so true. She's like the Jersey Mike's pregnancy sub bro. She's like bro it's like a BLT sub. She's like it's not
Ooh,
like
I love a
anything earth
BLT.
shattering. I love a BLT as well,
Now
but it's
I
just
want a
kind of funny
BLT.
because it's
You
just
could do a
funny to me that
BLT with
you like
cabbage
people
on
are
it.
like, "Oh my god, do this."
It could be a BCT and become trendy. Use cabbage leaves, like half, like blanched cabbage leaves that are cool. So they're not totally soggy, but they're not totally raw. How's that? No? Am I combining trends?
I think you are combining trends.
How
So
about,
yeah, that was like one that I was like,
I don't know, paletas? Those got popular, but never really, those are really good. And summer's coming.
yeah,
I like
yeah,
those.
it could happen.
Hand spun ice cream. I've seen a few of those kind of headed to the area, old school, like hand spun milkshakes, maybe. I would love to see something like that. Trying to think. I don't know. I like kind of really nostalgic things. Like I like onion dip.
Well, and it's funny that you say that because that's the other thing that they're saying is more places are trying to go more towards the nostalgia side of but granted, some of that is I think the fact that like we all like nostalgia of some form or fashion
Yeah, and every
when it
generation
comes to
has
it.
things that are nostalgic. So I think it's
Correct. And so if you can kind of bring it back or you kind of do it. So I think I could see that. I think a trend that I'm starting to see more, and it's not just food related, but I can see it going into more food related is kind of like the whole in real life thing where everyone is actually maybe I'm seeing more and more people attempting to try to stop being on their phones and being actually make eye contact and like actually interact with people and be present. I could see more of that. I could see more either in that aspect, or I could even see it in the fact of like interactive dining where you're actually participating or doing something while you're eating type of thing, or at least in a camaraderie aspect of it.
what about
I can
this?
see
What about
something
that?
like that.
And we wouldn't talk about this, I guess, but like not that long ago, the Four Seasons opened a speakeasy, which I still haven't gone to. They don't let you take pictures. They don't let you take pictures. They don't let you post pictures. So you have to go there and experience it, and you're not allowed to take pictures. And I don't know how many people know about it because nobody can post pictures. But I think it's genius, you know? I was recently on vacation and I took some pictures and whatever. And I bought this dry bag because I like to dive and snorkel. And I bought this dry bag for my phone. And I had this sort of intention of maybe, you know, taking video. And when the time came for my dive, and I went on several, I got the phone in the bag, I tested it, it was waterproof. And then I thought about like swimming and seeing sharks and sea turtles and being all with my phone. And I thought, that sounds so lame. Like to look at fish through my phone when I'm underwater. And I just left my phone and I went and even though there is no video, it happened. I had those experiences. I remember them. And I don't have any video to show for it, so maybe people don't believe me, but I was there. It really happened. So maybe trends like that are, you know, in the mix. Of course, I don't know what would happen. Then they would have to sit there like this in front of the camera and go, I had this great hamburger and here's what it was like. Or they'd have to actually write it down and describe it for us. And
Which
I'm not sure,
that or they'll ask.
I'm not sure people are ready for that, for things like reading and stuff.
Well, I was going to say they'll just use ChatGPT or AI to help them with it.
I didn't even think of that. So maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a good trend. I think it's a good trend.
No, that's a trend that I would like. I would like more of those. I would like more of that trend.
I enjoyed having my phone tell me that I used it many, many less hours last week, and I'd like to keep it up.
Yeah, that's kind of that would be a trend that I would like to see more of. I'd also like to see a trend. I want to see, and something that we can actually talk about is like, I want to see more of the, I love a good fusion. I love a good fusion of changing different foods and having different mixes of things. I think that's so important. And I think that's something I definitely want to dive more into, but I definitely want to see more of that. You know, different cultures blending together and making delicious food for us to be able to enjoy. Like, why not?
Like new combinations though that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, new combinations, or even combinations that maybe are done somewhere else that we haven't seen or we're not seeing here in Central Florida that are now starting to come out. Like, I want to be able to see those things. I want to be able to taste those things, just because I think it would be fun to be able to, you know, why not blend some good different flavors together.
So I heard some news that sweet tomatoes is coming back.
Okay. That's nostalgia, like Fazoli's.
I loved sweet tomatoes. I thought that was a shame. I loved sweet tomatoes. So what about buffets? A few new buffets have opened in town. I haven't been yet, but a few new ones have opened.
That would be very interesting. And I think that kind of goes with the idea of customization as well, of being able to customize or pick your own things to eat. And that's something experience wise that people want to have.
Like a pay one price deal. And will people think that that's, you know, thrifty? Like, okay, it's all you can eat for whatever, $19 at lunch and $29 at dinner or something like that.
Hopefully less than that, but yeah, something like that. I could see that. I could see that. And I could see a sweet tomato surviving. Yeah, I want it to be, but it won't be. But I think
I used to get 2 huge bowls of salad. Like the salad would be a mountain. And then I would maybe get a cup of soup or something. Like I was all in for the salad, and I would get all those fresh, like the raw broccoli and whatever. And then in the corner, my little treat, I would get like one little scoop of that tuna pasta salad. That was like my treat.
What makes me laugh is old Biggie. So not healthier eating Biggie, but old Biggie hated sweet tomatoes. Yes, younger Biggie hated sweet tomatoes. To me, it was like I'd go there and I'd be like, "Well, where's the meat?" And I'm still hungry. Like, this is the beginning part of my meal. That's where I was. I would be like, "Where's my protein? I'm paying all this money. I have no protein. I'm still hungry afterwards." And I would hate it because then I would leave and I'd be like, "I'm still hungry." I'm like, "We had salad. Yeah, we had salad, breadsticks. They had
meat. They had chicken. That chicken soup had huge chunks of chicken in it."
Yeah, but it wasn't enough to fill me up. I was still hungry afterwards. I'd be like, "Hey, are we going to Sonny's?"
Honey butter and the pizza.
Yeah,
I was like the only.
But I do think that I do think that it could come back, and it could come back, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
We are going
I
when it
think it's
comes
something
back,
that's smart.
and I'm gonna have 3 giant bowls of plates, piled plates of salad with
Salad.
chickpeas and those
Salad.
little square
Yes.
beets from the can. Oh my God, I miss it.
It's so
I
funny
was
how she gets so
I
excited
was a
over
big
salad.
Sweet Tomatoes fan, and there is no shame in my game. I know that my Sweet
No,
Tomatoes fans are out there. Please comment to tell me if you too are a Sweet
bring it
Tomatoes
back.
fan. We should do a Let's Eat
Bring it
Orlando
back.
Sweet Tomatoes field trip.
Sweet. Everyone having some of that. I'm down for that. I'll do that. We'll do a eat up. We'll do a meat eat up somewhere and do Sweet Tomatoes when they come if they reopen.
My God,
I think
I
that would
hope
be
you
that
open
would be
closer to
fun.
my house. I used to go all the way to Altamont to that Sweet Tomatoes in Altamont Springs.
But
That's
you
the one
didn't go to the one on Colonial,
I only found
near the
out about that
Colonial.
one later. I used to go there with my kids because my kids liked
That's
Sweet
the only one I
Tomatoes.
went to.
I love Sweet Tomatoes. No, I think I only went to that one once. But
Yeah, we used to go
I would
there and
love
then
for
go
it
to the
to be
movie, go to the movies next door afterwards.
come to my neighborhood. If there was one in my neighborhood, I would probably go more than I should.
Well, I enjoy talking about these trends. I'd be very curious as we go and we start seeing trends or things picking up. We'll definitely bring them up in future episodes. But I definitely
Here's
think
a
it's
trend that I would love to see. Do you think that a place, because I'm writing about this right now, do you think that a place could open up that was like Costco, except it was just $5 rotisserie chickens? Right? Right?
that would be,
Yes!
and then
That's the best idea ever that I ever had. $5 rotisserie
like,
chicken. It's just a store. There's no seats. You just go in and you grab rotisserie chicken, $5. Like a
do you think
dollar
a place
store.
could actually do it? Do you think
Like
a place could
Five
actually pull that
Below.
off though?
I don't know. I don't know. You'd sell an awful lot, but I know in Costco it's a loss leader again. But
Correct.
I love rotisserie chicken.
That is, if you would have told me that, you would have said, okay, you could have a rotisserie chicken if they add $5 rotisserie chicken at Sweet Tomato as part of their Sweet Tomato, I'm all in.
Well, that's a whole chicken, so I don't think they could do that. But what about a
No,
half?
that's what I want. I want that whole chicken. I want to take that whole chicken. So
That's
even
not
if I
what
eat
you
a
do.
quarter
No,
of a
this is
chicken, I get to
it's
take
like
it
a
home.
dollar store. It's like a $5 store, but it's just rotisserie chicken. That's it. You go in and you can buy a good rotisserie chicken, $5, gone. 2 of them for 10, whatever. Fresh
I'm down
all
for that.
day.
As long as it's good, I'm down for that.
I don't even think it would have to be as good as Costco. It just can't be scrawny. It's got to be like a reasonable sized chicken.
It can't be like a Publix chicken when you get a little one and you pay like
those
$10
aren't
for the
even
little
$5.
one. No, it
Even
can't be
though
that.
sometimes I fall for
Yeah,
it.
no,
Like I went
no.
in recently for that hot peach habanero because I wanted to taste it. But it was a scrunch for all of the rabid Publix fried chicken fans. The rotisserie chicken is, and I like Publix.
No,
those chickens.
I'll do one of the super box store chickens all day. BJ's,
Oh, yeah.
Sam's, I've eaten them all and they're all good. I
Yeah,
won't
but
say
the
no
thing
to
is, you
any of
gotta
them,
pay a
and I
membership
always
fee.
buy them.
I just want a $5
Correct.
chicken. Make
Okay.
it a $6 chicken.
Next time I go to
but no
make it
membership.
$6. Heck, yeah, exactly. $6 chicken, no membership.
There you go.
We may have something. We'll see. We'll have to see if we can get that.
I want.
With that being said, let's and the funny part is you said you wanted less chicken places, but you want to add another chicken place. But it is a different style of chicken.
I don't want less chicken sandwiches. I'm just wondering, like, do we need more chicken sandwiches? There's a lot of good ones already. Like, do we really need more?
Yes. No, I agree. And with that, we're gonna cluck out of here. That's our show.
Out of here.
With Amy, Drew, and Biggie. Definitely thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tell your friends, and I'd let us know what your trends are, what you're thinking your trends are going to be in 2026. Maybe your personal trends, what you want to see less of or more of, or what you think is going to happen in our city. But definitely keep eating local and shopping small. Bye, everyone.
See ya.